Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go ahead and install a air filter on the Honda Insight. This is a 2019, but it should be the same for the other models as well. This specific filter is actually a K&N filter, so it is aftermarket, and it's actually supposed to be better and it should last a lot longer. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the filter, and I'm also going to show you how to put it into the car. It is really easy. It's honestly like one of the easiest installs you can do on a car. It's really easy to get to. I don't believe there's any bolts either that you need to remove. This is just a bunch of clips. So let's go ahead and show you guys the filter that we're going to be installing, and then we'll go into the engine bay. Alright guys, so here's the filter. I already opened the box just to make sure that it is the correct one, that it's going to fit on the car. I purchased this from Amazon, so I'll link it down below. That way you guys can go ahead and purchase it yourself as well. This is about 50 bucks, and plus tax it came out to like 52 or something like that. But here is the filter. I haven't taken it out of the wrapping paper. The original filter that comes in the car is actually a paper filter. This one is aftermarket, so you are actually able to wash these after they become dirty or used, so you can wash it and then put it back into the car once you go ahead and clean it properly. There's specific tools that you will use to go ahead and clean this filter. You can purchase the kit from like AutoZone or O'Reilly's, whatever local hardware store you have that has the K&N air filter cleaner. As you can see, it is lubricated. That is normal because the lubrication that they use on this filter does actually come on it from factory. K&N does recommend that you clean the filter at about 75,000 miles. I would actually recommend that you check every once in a while to see where it's at. If it's completely black on one side, I would highly suggest taking it off and cleaning it. But usually they last very long, so as long as you take care of the car, you're checking it every once in a while, then you should be perfectly fine. But let's go ahead and open up the hood so we can check out the engine, how to actually access the original filter and see how filthy it is right now. Let's go ahead and head over to the engine bay. Just in case you're not sure how to actually open up the hood, you're gonna go ahead and pull this latch right here. That will unlatch the hood. And then you will place your fingers right about here and push this to the side to release it. And then now you can pull it up. And then there is this metal bar that comes on the car. Go ahead and pull it up, place it in this hole, and that will leave the hood open for you to work on the car. Intake is going to be right here in this area, and all it really is just a bunch of clips that you need to remove in order to have access to it. You do not need to remove the sensor. You shouldn't have to because it doesn't get in the way. What you would do is you would pull this clip right here out along with every other clip that is on this car. So there's another one right here, another one right here, there's another one on this side, another one right here, and I believe that should be about it. And now you should be able to pull the intake cover up, and then now you have access to the filter right there, and just pull that thing out. So let me go ahead and try to do this with one hand. I should be able to, it's not that hard. Just like that. And then just like it came out is how the new one is gonna go in. Now this side looks fine, right? Now let's take a look at the other side. Whoo! This thing does not look like it has ever been changed. Look at that. You can see all the cockroaches and everything. I'm just kidding, there's no cockroaches. But you can see all that gunk that is on the filter. So as you guys can see, this thing was way overdue. You cannot clean this type of filter because it is a paper filter. So you are pretty much going to throw this away and you would buy a new one. A new one costs you about 20 bucks. I purchased a K&N one, so that one is going to last me technically a lifetime. Now let's go ahead and place the new filter in. All you have to do is just place it in there. That's all you have to do. There's nothing much to it that you need to do in order to place it in there. I would actually recommend cleaning the inside. So if you guys can see that, it's pretty dirty. I did notice that it is pretty dirty in there as well. So I actually want to go ahead and remove this cover. That way I can go ahead and clean it up with like a damp paper towel. Now, of course, you don't want to introduce any water into the engine. So you will have to go ahead and just dap it on there because you don't want any water getting in there. Now, in order to remove this part right here, I went ahead and just grabbed my flathead, loosen this thing right here to loosen the clamp, and now I can pull the intake itself off. Now I can just push this to the side, and now I have enough room to go ahead and clean the interior of the intake right there. So let's go ahead and grab like a wet cloth and start cleaning it up in there. And then we should be good to go. We can just place the filter back in there. Alright, there you go. I cleaned it up quite a bit. There's still a few small spots, but looks a lot better than what it was before. I just grabbed my microfiber towel, put some water on it, and then clean it up. So you guys can see there's no water in there, so everything will be fine. It's not going to introduce any water into the intake or dirt, so everything's good. Now we can go ahead and place this on there, just like that. And then now we can put the cover back on. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and tighten everything back up. I'm going to grab your screwdriver, tighten this back up, and then you're going to go ahead and clip these back on. They're easy to put back on. Just push it up and then pull it in. Push up and pull in. Just like that. Make sure you do that to every single side and that it lines up properly. And then for this line right here, make sure that is also lined up properly on here as well. Make sure it's tight, it's not coming off. Try to pull it and make sure it doesn't release it. And other than that, that should pretty much be it. And the job is done. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and end the video right there. Hope you guys found it really useful for those of you that are interested in changing out your air intake filter for your Honda Insight. As you guys saw, it was a super easy process. It did not take me very long at all. It should take you about 3 to 5 minutes to be able to do it on your own. Maybe a little bit less depending on how fast you are. But other than that, if you guys have questions like when it comes to like the performance of it, if it felt any better, if it felt faster, if there was like a sound difference. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I did not really feel a difference when it came to power. It felt exactly the same. I did feel a small difference when it came to the sound, but it doesn't sound like the car is louder. It sounds like the car is quieter. Because the old air intake filter was really dirty, it was causing the engine not to suck in enough air, which I feel like made the car kind of struggle a little bit. But now with the new intake filter, placing that one in there being a lot cleaner and a little bit more air efficient, allowing more air to go through, it actually made it breathe a little bit better, not hesitating as much. That's the only difference I honestly felt. I only felt the difference when I was going about 70 miles per hour and over. I do drive the car on the highway a lot, so that's when I really felt the difference. But when I'm driving around town, you won't really feel a difference at all. If not, it feels the same. If you guys are interested in buying it, in my personal opinion, you should only get it if you plan on keeping the car for a very long time, because then you can just clean up the air intake filter whenever you have a chance and you see that it's dirty, instead of replacing it every time. A new air intake filter costs about 20 to 25 bucks, an OEM one. But if you're going with like the aftermarket K&N one, you just have to spend those 50 bucks that one time, get the air intake cleaner, and clean it every once in a while, and then you don't have to buy a new one ever again pretty much. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to consider watching my other videos. I will be doing a lot more videos on the Honda Insight. I do want to go ahead and do the chrome deleted on the car. I do want to add a few things like the spoiler that I already purchased. I do have a lip as well. So if you guys want to watch more videos on the Honda Insight, make sure to stay tuned. But thank you guys so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.